we're going to bring up your next speaker. That's going to be the wonderful, magnificent Chris James.
If you talk about how much you hate your fat, your body has been working all this time to keep you alive. I don't think anybody in my circle understands impossible. So I hope you guys have been having a great weekend. I'm having an amazing day. Why? Because today I got the opportunity to just kind of like sleep in, relax. I am taking my own advice very seriously lately. I really want to make sure that there's balance in my life. And, you know, that's something we talk about a lot on this channel, creating balance. And I want you guys to be able to take your own advice as well. Like if you're a person that gives good advice, make sure that you are taking your own advice. That I think that shows the sign of a good leader when they can take their own advice. It sounds like a weird thing to say, but so many people don't take their own advice. So many people are so good at telling you what to do without them showing that they do it themselves. And I don't think that's a good quality of a leader. So anyway, today I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about fasting from an introductory standpoint, because, you know, right now we have a core group of people that understand fasting really well, but there are people that are still new to the channel, new to fasting, and they don't know anything about fasting. And of course, I've got videos that I've done years and years ago talking about, you know, like the benefits of fasting and how to do it and all this kind of more foundational information, but it's older stuff. So today we're going to go through a couple of different points to help you, if you're new to fasting, help you understand what fasting is, the benefits of fasting, and how to kind of start applying it right now. So then I guess we'll just start with what is fasting? And, you know, fasting is an ancient practice, so it's been around for a very long time. It's one of those things that in modern times it's kind of been rediscovered, but the reality is it's ingrained in our physiology to fast. So one of the common myths is that, you know, fasting is dangerous and you should limit fasting because it's unnatural. You should actually be eating 2-3 times a day. And if you don't do that, you're going to develop issues, whether it's brain fog, low energy, or, you know, some other dis-ease. That is not true. Fasting is actually ingrained in our physiology. We are designed to fast. And if you look at nature, there's many creatures that fast. It's a regular thing. I always go back to when I was a child, I was taught about how bears hibernate. Now, people don't think about this because we just were taught they're hibernating and it's something a bear does. But essentially, it's a fast that a bear does every year to help, you know, keep the body healthy, keep disease down. Whatever the benefits bear gets, I would assume are very similar to ours. But, you know, it could also be just a simple fact of, you know, bears are hunters. So maybe you don't want bears running around over hunting, you know, and it could be that part of that more delicate balance of the ecosystem. But the reality is we're a part of that ecosystem too. It's just that in modern times, we found ways to circumvent what is natural. And that's the reason why we're dealing with so much disease in the first place. So fasting is completely natural. It is normal in human history to go through times of feast and go through times of famine. Now, though that terminology is a little off-putting, but what it really simply means is there's seasonality to the world that we live in, right? There's a season when there's a lot of abundance, and there's a season when things start to go dormant, and it's a great time for us to do the same thing. Why? Because we really should be in alignment with nature. The more in alignment with nature we are, the healthier we are, the happier we are, okay? So fasting is very natural. Now, some of the benefits of fasting are increased mental clarity. So cognitive function in the modern time is a major problem. Brain fog is off the charts. People don't remember. People don't speak clearly. People don't think clearly. One of the things that I highlighted early in my career is how we have what I call toxic thinking. Okay. We have mucus on our brain. And because we have mucus on our brain, and that comes from mucus forming foods, your dairy products are very mucus forming. So because we have mucus on the brain, the electrical signals that the body is sending and receiving, and the brain is kind of the command center of those different signals. Because there's mucus there, the signals aren't being sent and received properly because mucus does not conduct electricity. So we get caught up in low vibrating thought processes, more primitive functionality, because higher brain function is not obtainable with mucus on the brain. We also get better sleep when we fast. Now, when you're very first starting to fast, you may experience more sleep or less sleep. But as you balance and you've been fasting for a while and it becomes more of a normal part of your life, when your body gets to that state of homeostasis, sleep becomes a normal, healthy thing for you, right? One thing that I'm noticing as I'm diving into different elements of our business and just interacting with you all, I'm noticing that a lot of you all don't sleep well. And so with sleep being such a huge problem, look, people don't understand that it's not just about not sleeping well. It's much bigger than that, because if you don't sleep well, you're not detoxifying properly overnight. If you're not detoxing properly overnight, now you might have digestive issues. Digestive issues lead to weight gain. Weight gain leads to everything that comes with weight gain that you all are probably familiar with already. So there's a spiral effect that happens. Sleep is one of those primary things that we have to get, and we have to get good sleep. There's a lot of you out there that say, Chris, I don't have any problem sleeping. I go down, I lay down, I go to sleep. But if you do a sleep test, you find that you're restless. There are so many people that think they're getting good sleep, but in reality, they're getting restless sleep. Restless sleep causes the same issues that any other kind of sleep problems cause. Okay? So it's very it's very important to understand the problem and understand the solution. Fasting is a great alternative to other sleep, solutions. It's a natural solution. It works synergistically with the rest of the body, and there's no negative. So fasting is great for regulating sleep. It's also great for regulating blood pressure. Blood pressure and blood sugar, or even cholesterol, these are all major issues in modern times that we just assume we're going to have. We think we're supposed to have high blood pressure. We think we're supposed to have high cholesterol. We think our sugar is supposed to be out of whack. It's not. And also, as you get older, you're not more prone to it. The only reason why you're more prone to it because of your age is just because you've not taken good care of your body leading up to your older years, and so your body is just slow functioning. But it's not because you're getting older, okay? And of course, one of the great benefits of fasting is weight loss. Right? You could lose 2 pounds per day on average fasting, okay? And that is a calculation that we learned years ago. So if you were to fast for 2 weeks straight, you would lose anywhere between probably 20 and 28 pounds, okay? That is a number that you can pretty much, you're going to see on average across the board. Now, if you fast longer than 2 weeks, the average weight loss goes down to 1 pound per day, okay? So that's something that's important for you guys to understand as well. But the science behind fasting is well understood, regardless of what mainstream outlets are telling you. We understand that it works. We understand how it works, why it works, and there really are no negative side effects. If you are doing fasting properly, you're going to see the benefit of it. It's also very important to understand how to do fasting properly. So if you're new to fasting, you want to start fasting, the way that you want to start is by understanding fasting prep. A lot of people make the mistake of beginning a fast without understanding how to properly prepare for a fast. Now, I've got other videos talking about how to prepare for a fast. They're going to go more in depth. Today, we're just highlighting it for newbies. If you've never fasted before, or you've been playing with the idea of fasting, or even if you've done like little tiny fasts, one day or 36 hours or whatever, you want to make sure that, especially if you're going to do a long-term fast, that you are preparing. And the way you prepare for a fast is by decreasing the intake of ultra-processed foods leading up to your fast. So you really want to decrease them systematically all the way up until your fast. But by the time you get ready to fast, you want to have had a day or so without any ultra-processed foods. You want to eliminate or reduce during this preparation period your mucus-forming foods like your meat and your dairy products. I understand that there's a lot of people that consume meat. You guys have your various reasons why, but you have to understand that the meat of today is not the meat that our grandparents ate or our great-grandparents ate. A lot of our ancestors would have had farms where they raised the animals in a sustainable way themselves, or they would have caught wild animals. When you farm in that way and when you catch wild animals, the end product is a completely different product than what we consume today. Right now, 99% of the meat that you're consuming is produced by these mass farms, and the animals are contained in warehouses like products, like inanimate products. They're treated without any type of respect. Their entire life is full of abuse. You have to understand energetically the meat is different. You also have to understand that because of the lifestyle of these animals, they have to be maintained with antibiotics, shots, and other medications. So that makes the health of the animal decline. And then, of course, they have a lot of animals that are eating themselves, and as well as other creatures. You have vegetarian animals that are being fed feed that contain different fish and different animals. And so the same way, if you fed a human being human flesh, the way it would disrupt our body, that's the same thing that's happening to the animals. And then, of course, we're consuming that. And then, of course, they're genetically modifying the meat so that it grows bigger, faster, so they can make more profit. But, of course, the genetically modified meat also comes with its own problems. So there's a list of issues with our modern meat, which is why it's on this list of things to eliminate leading up to your fast. Now, the reason why you want to eliminate these foods, and then you want to do is you want to increase the intake of your high water content foods like fruits and vegetables, because what it's going to do is going to start the detox process before you begin fasting. By starting the detox process before you start fasting, you're going to make your fast easier. If your fast becomes easier, you're going to be more successful. And the more successful you are on the fast, the greater benefit you get, the longer you can fast. And then, of course, that builds your mental strength, your mental fortitude to say, not only can I do this, but it's really, really beneficial for me. So it prompts you to do more fasting. More fasting more efficiently for longer durations of time is going to give you greater weight loss than you ever would have imagined. It's going to increase your mood, clarity of mind. Like you're going to find yourself for the first time. One of my famous statements is, when you fast and you lose weight, you become a healthier person. You become a different person. You are not going to be the same person you were all of 2024. If you start adopting these habits now, by the time we're midway through 2025, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I didn't even know who I was. Right now, if you are toxic and you've never done a detox and you've never done fasting for a consistent period of time, you may not know who you are. You may think you are one way. You may think that you have different, one set of likes and just traits. But if you've never known healthy you, you may be surprised at what you find. As you become healthier, you become a better person. And I think we owe it all to ourselves to have that experience. So fasting prep is important. Once again, I've got other videos talking about that more in depth. You also want to make sure that you're breaking your fast properly. So this is important for, fasting newbies. Whatever fast you decide to do, whether it's a 1 day, a 2 day, 3 day, whatever, you want to make sure you come off of that fast with the first thing in your mind to eat something high in water content. It doesn't have to be sweet. There's a lot of people that don't like the idea of breaking their fast with something sweet. That's fine. But you want to find something high water content. So you can start with like some low glycemic smoothies if you want. Cherries, those are great options. You could do things like steamed broccoli or steamed vegetables in general. You do have the ability to season them. It doesn't have to be bland or nasty. You could grab an avocado and just put a little bit of sea salt on it to break your fast. Or, of course, you are more than welcome to grab some apples or some grapes or oranges or something like that. That's completely fine. I have absolutely no issue with that. Right? You guys can have fun with when you break your fast. You just want to make sure to give yourself a couple of days for your body to reacclimate to consuming food before you start putting heavy, dense foods, especially your processed and your ultra processed foods. So if you kind of follow this guide, then you'll have good success with your early fasting. And then, like I said, that'll prompt you to want to do more. And then you'll get incredible benefit from fasting. So hopefully this quick video was helpful for you guys. I want you to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. The Healthy Alternative brand has so much to offer. I want to make sure I invite you guys to join our free membership over at ahacommunities.com. If you guys come over there and join us, then you'll be able to ask more questions, interact, and yeah, it's just one of them things that you'll just be able to grow and learn more. And hey, where's this video? Where's that video? How do I do this? How do I do that? Just interact. So once again, it's www.ahacommunities.com. Okay, come join us over there, free membership. I'm gonna have the link in the description and in the comment section for you guys, and we can kind of learn and grow together. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'm out of here. Peace.